Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and today I'm going to be bringing you 3 pro tips for newer cryptocurrency investors. Now, if you're an older cryptocurrency investor, don't click off the video because a lot of the things I'm going to be talking about in this video definitely apply to absolutely everyone that invests in cryptocurrency, and it's good to review these things. And also, I'm going to be doing some technical analysis on the Ethereum and the Bitcoin chart at the end of the video, so definitely stick around for that. But let's get into the first tip. The first tip that I want to bring you guys is to get educated. Now that seems like a pretty broad tip, and that's kind of the point, because there's so many tips I could bring you. To boil it down to 3, these have to be kind of general, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit. One of the most important things in cryptocurrency is to be educated about what you're investing in, because if you're educated about what you're invested in, you're more likely to make a good trade, you're more likely to make a good investment, you're more likely to buy down here and sell up here instead of buying up here and selling down there. If you bought here at 6,000 and you sold here at 12,000, you made 50% return in the span of 2.5 weeks. If you bought here at 20,000 and sold here at 6,000, you lost 75% in the span of 2 months. So you don't want to be the guy that bought up here and sold down here because he didn't know what he was doing. You want to be the guy that bought down here and sold up here because he learned and he got educated and he learned how to do technical analysis on a Bitcoin chart, and he learned from my videos, from other people's videos, from doing technical analysis on his own, that something like this trend line right here with this touch, that touch, would inevitably cause Bitcoin to bounce off of this $6,000 level after it broke this trend line. Technical analysis is very, very powerful, and that's just one thing that you can get educated about in cryptocurrency to increase the chances that your investments and your trades will go well. So you definitely want to get educated in cryptocurrencies, not only because it will help you make good trades, but also because it will make you be a lot more enthusiastic about it. There's a lot of really cool things going on in cryptocurrency, and also you kind of sound cool to your friends if you talk about things now that are going to be huge in 5 years, and you can say, yeah, I was here at the beginning and I knew what I was talking about at the beginning. If you're just some random guy that was investing, well, you don't have the kudos 5 years from now that you will if you get educated. And getting educated also ties in, well, the other 2 tips I'm going to bring in are going to influence this, but also getting educated is a very important stepping stone to making you feel more comfortable and making the next 2 tips I'm going to bring you a little bit easier. Also, if you want to get educated in cryptocurrency, the number one thing I recommend, watch YouTube videos, go to news and read the news every single day. So come to CoinDesk, come to Cointelegraph, come to the dozens of other cryptocurrency news sites, come to YouTube channels, and whenever someone mentions something that you don't know the definition of, like say you're watching a video and someone says the word blockchain, and you're new to cryptocurrency, so you might not know what a blockchain is. So you say, okay, what's a blockchain? I'm going to go here, I'm going to make a Google document, I'm going to make a Google document called things to research, I'm going to write it down, I'm going to come back to it later, and I'm going to say, okay, here's a list of a lot of things I need to learn. I'm going to go down this list point by point, and I'm going to learn everything on the list. That's really the easiest way to learn everything you need to know in cryptocurrency. Just write anything down when you hear it, because a lot of times people are going to use words that you don't know. So you can just research them later. Let's get into the second tip here. This one is pretty brief, but it's also extremely important. This is a very important tip, and I've talked about this on the channel before, is to keep your emotions out of investing. And I don't click off because I know a lot of people say this, but a lot of people say it because it's important. You know, I've seen comments on the channel where people bought up here at 13,000, 14,000, heck, 18, 19, 20,000, and then like a couple weeks ago, especially right in here, I was getting several comments where the Bitcoin market was going sideways after this correction, and a lot of people were like, oh man, I just can't take it anymore. I'm getting out. I'm selling my position. I bought it 18,000. I'm going to sell it 8,000. I'm like, no, dude, you're thinking about this wrong. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be the person that bought up here and then is getting emotional and selling down here, because you bought up here because you're uninformed and didn't get educated, and you were selling down here because you got emotional. So you made a mistake up here because you weren't educated, and also because you're emotional. You were FOMOing, which stands for fear of missing out. If you're new here, you're FOMOing, and then you were FUDing, and FUDing stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt down here because you're worried that the market is crashing. So don't get emotional about your investments. You should treat your investments as if, here's how I treat my investments, and this makes me pretty confident so that I never really get upset if an investment doesn't go my way. Here's how I treat them. I say, okay, I'm going to invest in something. I'm going to pretend that I just pulled that money out in US dollar bills. I put it in a pile in my backyard. I poured gasoline on it. I lit it on fire. And if I manage to get any of it back, I'm going to be happy. That's the way I look at it. So if I ever get burned on an investment, I don't care, because I already came to terms with the fact that I lost it. Because cryptocurrency can do anything. We can talk about technical analysis all day, but the fact of the matter is humans are trading this market. The vast majority of people trading this market are humans. They are emotional creatures, and the market isn't always going to do something that is logical. It was logical for Ethereum to break bullish out of this consolidation pattern. I'll talk about that in a minute. It didn't. So do not get emotional over your investments. You will get eviscerated in this market. You will get destroyed. So do yourself a favor and do everything you can to pull your emotions out of this. And tip number 3, this one is also pretty simple. Get invested. So now that you've gone and you've gotten educated and you've learned to keep your emotions out of your investments and you've learned to keep your emotions away from finance and away from investments and away from trading, after you've learned to do that, the next important thing is to get invested because cryptocurrency is always moving up. At the end of 2018, Bitcoin was worth $20,000. At the beginning of 2018, we come back over here, it was worth like $800. If you had a bought back here at $1,000 for Bitcoin and sold at $20,000, that's a 20x growth in the span of 2018, or 2017 rather. If you waited till Bitcoin was 5,000 or 10,000 before you bought because you were stuck with this paralysis of analysis thing going on back here, not sure about whether you want to buy, and you're like, I don't know if it's a good time. I think it's a bad time. I think the market's going to go down. Don't be that guy. You want to be the guy that says, okay, well, I'm not totally sure what the market's going to do, but I'm going to just go ahead and buy because, you know, I believe in Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin's going to go to the moon one day. It doesn't really matter what I buy at. Just get invested. It's really important that you get a position of anything. 0.1 Bitcoin in the future is going to be worth a lot of money. That's worth like $1,000 right now. I could see that being worth $100,000 one day. So another really important thing is to just get invested. And I'm just talking about Bitcoin here. A lot of the altcoins can run a lot more than Bitcoin can, and they have. Neo ran like over 10x in the span of like 3 months. It's insane how much money you can make in cryptocurrency. So just get invested. If you're getting into cryptocurrency, it's good to spend a couple of weeks learning what you're doing before you start throwing money at it. But after a while, you want to start throwing some money at it, even if it's just a little bit, to learn how to do it. It's probably a good idea to spend 2 or 3 weeks just trading very small sums of money and learning the markets and learning how to do trading and everything. But you know, at the end of the day, just learning about the market and not investing, what's the point, right? I mean, you looked and you watched as you lost money as the market goes up, and now you can't buy down here at the bottom. I wish I'd have bought more down here at 6,000. I definitely did, because that would be double what it is now. So don't get too involved with just this paralysis of analysis thing. Just make sure you're getting invested. That's the most important thing. So, and also I will mention this. I didn't mention it because a lot of people talk about it, but this is another really important tip. Do not invest what you are not willing to lose. So, like I said earlier, pretend like you burn the money at the beginning, and then it's just icing on the cake if you actually get it out at the end. Do not invest money that you are not willing to lose, because Bitcoin is a very new market in the scheme of finance. So Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is a very risky investment. So treat it as such. Do not invest money that you are not willing to lose, and never take one person's advice on cryptocurrency. I'm not a financial advisor, and I definitely recommend that anything you do in cryptocurrency, if you get the idea from me, get the idea from someone else also. Don't do something just because I or anyone else said it. Don't do that. So let's do a little bit of technical analysis on what happened here yesterday on Ethereum, because I did make a video a couple days ago saying March 1st will be a big day for cryptocurrency, and I did think that. I did think Ethereum would break bullish out of this. As you can see, these lines I drew here in one of the videos are still here. So what Ethereum was doing, if you didn't see that video, if we come out here to the 4-hour, excuse me, if we come out here to the 4-hour, Ethereum was in a very powerful consolidation pattern here. And as you can see, we broke bearish out of it, which is a shame. Ethereum has a tendency of getting in these long-term consolidation patterns just like this and breaking bullish out of them. But the thing you got to realize with consolidation patterns is that once they get really, really tight right here, this took forever for the Ethereum community, for the Ethereum market to actually decide what it was going to do. Once it gets really tight right here, if someone sells a ton of Ethereum and drops the price down here to like 860, it's going to break it, and a lot of people are just going to start selling. So once you get this tight in an equilibrium pattern, it can kind of just come down to random chance which way it's going to go. I don't think the crypto market is going to have a big pullback because of this, but it is definitely unfortunate to see that Ethereum is not doing as well as I thought it would. Bitcoin, on the other hand, Bitcoin's been holding up pretty well. It is staying above this downtrend that I talked about. It's getting resistance at this trend line, which I drew quite a while ago. It has a touch here, 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 there, and there. It's a very powerful downtrend. uptrend rather, and we're getting, well, we're not actually getting resistance at yet, but we're touching it right now. If we can get above that uptrend, get supported it, get above this long-term uptrend, get supported it, that's gonna be it. Bitcoin's gonna go on a run, I think, if it does that. If we can get above 12,000, especially, and just stay up here above 12,000 for a little while, that'll be a pretty definitive break of this downtrend. And right now, I'm considering us in a bull market because, like I said in one of my videos a couple days ago, anything below this downtrend, I'm considering the Bitcoin bear market, and anything above it, I'm considering the Bitcoin bull market. And we've had about a day and a half over this downtrend, so that's getting a lot more solidified. We might fall back below it, but I think we're going to stay above it this time. Is there anything else I want to cover? I don't think so. Oop, hang on. Let me fix that. That is the downtrend. That is the uptrend that I was talking about. Is going to be key resistance. It has a touchdown here at 3,000. It has a touch right there at 6,000, a touch here, pull it up a little bit, has a touch there, and we're going to be getting resistance at it up here in the next couple of days. I do think March is going to be a good year. I do think, sorry about a long day, I do think March is going to be a good month for cryptocurrency, and I do think Bitcoin is going to get above this $12,000 mark in the month of March. We will see what happens, though. February was a pretty good month. We came all the way down here and touched this at the first month, and then pulled all the way back up here to about 11,000 by the end of it. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed that video, please subscribe to the channel, because your subscription is what keeps this channel going, and it's a boost to my ego. I know that's becoming kind of a meme on the channel, but let's see if we can get 5 ego boosts because of this video. Let's see if we can get 5 more ego boosts. You guys have given me like 1,700 ego boosts. Let's see how many we have right now. We have a loading screen. We have 1,674 ego boosts. So thank you very much. Give me one more. Let's see if we can get 2 likes on this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you're interested in joining the Discord server, you should probably do that. There will be a link to that in the description down below and in a pinned comment at the top of the comment section. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.